93 Eurovan. Car died while driving. Customer noticed hard starting over the last few days. Already went ahead and put a fuel pump bypass relay in here, and pressure gauge. I just disconnected the cold start injector and I spliced my fuel gauge in here. Had no fuel pressure initially, even with my bypass relay on. Tapped the bottom of the gas tank, and then I had some pressure. Fuel pump was supposedly replaced January of last year. Not by us, thank goodness. Just gonna do a quick waveform capture here, because it did sound pretty rough. I'll go to full screen. I always like to go to 20 milliseconds instead of the preset 10. And let's see what comes up here. Let's turn this thing on. Oh, it's upside down. Switch to lines. And it actually just ran for a minute. Let's do this again. On. Wow, there's nothing there. There she goes. I don't know if you saw that. That was pretty bad. Do that again. And save this capture. Needs a pump. Just occurred to me I should be recording this just in case there is something interesting floating around in the gas tank that's causing the pump to go prematurely. I think I mentioned it before that this pump was replaced in January 2014 by a Volkswagen dealer in the States, and the customer's just been having hard starting problems over the last few days, and it died on him while driving yesterday. And I also mentioned it before, there's an arrow here and there's an arrow on the pump, on the tank. You want to make sure those are aligned. Blue is the return, black is the feed. Just grab the hose and wiggle it off. I always like to mark the collar nut so I know where the starting point was when I loosened it. It's usually a turn and a half. That's one turn, half a turn. Pump is secured to the bottom of the gas tank, so you have to grab the pump and give it a twist. And be careful when you lift the float up, or the whole sending unit. You don't want to damage the float. I'm getting two hands on here That's the difficult part. A little bit of shiny material. I'm expecting it to be fuller. You probably won't see because of the glare. There are some shiny bits floating around. Nothing major though. Yeah. Usually the pump is full of fuel when you take it out, and then that's why you saw me trying to dump it over in the solvent tank. The reason this one didn't have any fuel in it was this seal or diaphragm, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be sealed around the bottom edge here. It's supposed to be clamped. This thing is supposed to clamp it shut, and basically what was happening is this ring was in place, but the ring here, this diaphragm, wasn't sitting or sealing in here. So then as I was lifting it out of the fuel tank, the fuel escaped fairly quickly, and that's why it was empty when I had it up out of the vehicle. Again, I don't see much debris here, but it is a Bosch pump, unless this housing was transferred over. So I'm going to see what we get, and then I'll get you guys a waveform of the new pump compared to the old. Okay, before putting everything back together, I'm going to make sure that the pump is actually working. I'm going to put in my bypass relay, flick it on, turn the light off. Going to cycle it a few times. $44. I think the scale must have moved. It did. Okay, it'll read better now. And as mentioned before, I like to view on 20 milliseconds. Off. I need a key. Actually, I might as well put the fuel pump relay in. Out of gear. That's still on. quickly capture that. Save. That's good. This one's reading about 7 to 9 amps. It's good. Put it back together.